good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for yet another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and I am not running solo. We're running once again with Nine Nol. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, MK. We've got yet another match for the NA reboot on the horizon here. Taking it to Hard Rain. With the map pool being what it is, I think we'll see a good amount of the classics, Hard Rain Parish and Dark Carnival. We do see that here today. We've got Nolohc, which is a South American team, going up against the Chinese squad of Youmommaboom.
Love the name, Nol. I love that name.
Love it.
Youmommaboom, that's all I gotta say.
Youmommaboom.
Oh man, Nol, let me tell you. This start of this tournament's got me hyped with all of these teams, and right here is one of the top China teams I was talking about. Maobao and Violet about to go live, but let's take this first opening hit. 2-2, Hunter Smoker. Take us away now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just send the hunt in. Smoke pull is good on Nick, just to pull him down, but nothing else after that. And Nolohc, as to be expected with the 2-2 hit out the gate like that. They're going to shut it down pretty easily. We're going to have the tank at 77%, which should just be the default to the house on stilts. Talked about having Violet. Violet is not here in the roster. We saw him earlier. I don't know if he's having connection issues or what, but he is not in here. I went ahead and checked. We do have Maobao. We'll see what this Nolohc squad can do. I haven't heard of them very much, but we've scrimmed against them on 404, and they have beaten us quite handedly. We'll see what YMB can do against them. It's an interesting routing.
What do you think of this?
Anti-quad setup, I suppose. Trying to keep it inside an enclosed space.
You know what? I did miss that, so I take everything back. This is actually extremely smart by the survivors. They know there's a quad incoming. I wonder if they're just going to try to transition from one inside air to the other, but here they go. They're going to send it. They drop in the alley. Charger whips. Smoker successful. Jockey also successful on the same hold target. Hunter will land for a short period on Rochelle, and that's two attacks cleaned up quite nicely by Nolohc. And like you said, no, I'm not really familiar with a lot of these this team, but I have seen WLS and MFer. I know we've definitely casted a game where we joked around by that, so I know that two of them, but let's see how they can hold up against Youmommaboom, probably one of the top China teams in this cup, in my opinion.
It's funny that you mentioned recognizing those two players, because the player that I recognize the most is actually I Hire You. So we actually do have some recognizable names here. Maybe not from teams that we're super familiar with, but definitely some recognizable players, at least. Always a good sign. As Youmommaboom does go ahead and send in the Charger Jockey. Yeah, I mean, I love the idea with the quad, but Youmommaboom ends up kind of just walking in one by one. Like, the idea is there, but execution a little lackluster. Boom goes ahead and dies off, and we're going to have Kong Shan here as the main tank. He's going to be joined by, I'm going to call this guy Phoebe. Also got Maobao, and we've got Rose as well joining for YMB.
Alright, and for Nolohc, we got it. Mapper, Lang, Wolves, and I Hire You, which I like that name, I Hire You, by the way.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I like that one a lot, but alright, this is going to be the commit of the tank. It doesn't have a charger, though. They have a smoker instead, which is interesting. The tank decides to decommit back onto the rooftop, but he's going to go in right away. He hits the ground at 4,200. That's a lot of chip. Going after Ellis, misses his first punch, connects on his second with 2,100 HP. Smoker does land. Oh, he cover punches. Oh, it's almost it's a roll-in tri-cap that comes in, but they do get a clear. The car hits on two survivors. I don't know if he's going to have enough to kill everybody. He might kill one. No, he doesn't even get one.
Wow.
And it looks like Nolohc is going to manage to survive this. That looked disastrous, no, with that rolling tri-cap coming out there. Luckily, the survivor was able to get the clear. And no survivor death. Just half the bonus is exhausted.
Ammo here.
Finally, I mean, I feel like we see players overcommit to the cars time and time. It's like the biggest mystery to me. But with the car wedged on that opposite end, there is that open area, and YMB executes perfectly. I'm with you though. Like, that was looking very close to the triple cap lineup with the player going down. It was looked signed, sealed, and delivered for YMB. And Nolohc wiggles their way out. Let's see if they can finish the round. They'll certainly be able to. With a charge clear like that, Smoker, yeah, gets a tick or two, but that's going to be that. And Nolohc, despite a pretty perilous tank on Chapter 1, they are looking to lock in about 855, but of course, we've got to wait and see for this final hit, because you never really know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, you never really do, but I do like the fact that they were able to hold on to 455 bonus. I mean, there's no damage to the DB except for the 2 in caps. Smoker spawns real early, gets hunted down and killed. Charger misses his B-hop. Hunter gets skeeted. The jockey is the only one to find a target, and that is Nolohc walking in exactly with half of the bonus. Tally of 840. And man, not what I expected from the team against one of China's finest. See how they can play on their survivor with Youmommaboom, needing at least half the bonus to keep it even.
Both of those quads look pretty much identical out of YMB to me, and they both did not look very promising at all. I mean, you called it, the Smoker spawns in first, very early. I think we had the charge going second, then we just kind of have the last two SIs just waddling in one by one, and obviously it's not really how you want to be executing. Again, with a lot of the Chinese teams signed up for NA ReBooT tournament, they have really strong individual players, but these are groupings of players that I'm not really sure I've seen before, so we got to see if these pieces all fit well together. Youmommaboom definitely got something to prove here. I think a lot of people would expect Nolohc to be the underdogs, but right now putting on early pressure against Youmommaboom as we go into their survivor side. 2-2 with the Hunter Smoker. Smoker, same position. He actually drops down. Interesting. Allowed to walk all the way, and they just pop the boom. And now he's sending the hit. They're gonna get the hunt spit. It lands on the table as well. With the smoke scratches, he can't get out the door. And that was a bizarre start to the hit, but definitely a strong finish there, MK.
I mean, you couldn't have stacked any better on a survivor. I mean, just look at it. 100, 100, 162. I mean, they've done about as perfect thing as they could with stacking the boom first, considering. I mean, that was the only questionable play, but it gives them a tri-cap with boom, and it looks like the jockey just despawned. They're going to retreat for an alley hit. And there's not much of a thread here without the spitter, in my opinion, but they do have the charger, hunter, and the jockey, so I think if they can land all these cappers together, it could mount up to something great. We'll just have to see where they choose to go through. No spitter threat, though, no. I think they could all just try to jump in that window to the right, same as the other side did. Okay. Whoa! Oh, no! Triple charge coming through! Hunter landing, damages everywhere, and Nolohc. Oh, they gonna get it? And we got a car alarm! Oh boy, no. This is quite a turn of events for Youmommaboom. Already down a quarter bonus, and they haven't even gotten to tank yet.
Worrisome, to say the least. Youmommaboom. This is something I kind of touched on earlier. You know, we haven't had a super international tournament in a while. How up to date are Chinese players going to be on playing with exorbitant amounts of ping, over 200 ms of ping, as they connecting to Germany here via VPNs? But I mean, you know, again, ping or no ping, they all grouped up into a triple charge. They just ate it. Another one comes in without the tank spawned in. They will be able to dodge that wide out in the open, but look at all of the smoker ticks. I mean, this is a wide out open gimme hit, and they still manage to come up huge with the damage. Look at how well spread that damage is.
Ah, man, you're right. I mean, they even eat the extra pills early because they have a survivor slow. So, I mean, they do make it to the tank, but they already lost 32% of their bonus. They only can suffer another 18% before they'll lose the chapter. As the first tank of the game for Nolohc into the hands of a higher you. And he is bringing extra cars into play as the survivors retreat to the house on the stilts. Pretty standard, Nol, as we always see in there. This is the safest place to take it, except for going all the way back to the safe room area, which a team that's taking this much damage, I don't think they'd want to do that.
Definitely not going to be a feasible option anymore. But with the love being spread around so much, the thing I alluded to last round is the cards always get hit up here, but they usually don't actually come into play. They're more just like a safeguard, a preventative measure. So with the love being spread around so much, this really helps out Nolohc quite a lot as far as locking it down. Even if one of their SIs get capped and they're not able to get a tri-cap or even a double cap, there's still the potential for a lot of damage to come out. Of course, we got the pills, but that opens up the door to tearing through the temp health as well. As we see, Kongshan is going to go ahead and pop his pills. That's Nick. We got Rochelle pre-popping hers. They're in the green, but they just don't want to die that quickly. They don't want to get chained. Tank is hitting towards the broken car. He misses, though. Charge goes out. Hunter is good with the stumble. A couple of charge smacks, and the SI support is dead. I hire you. He's going to get a couple smacks, but he's not even going to get an in cap. The interesting thing is, Nolohc has still, they've already won the chapter here. But that was mostly due to their SI play prior to the tank. That tank wasn't the most amazing thing in the world, MK.
No, it was not. Luckily enough for them, though, they already softened them up quite a bit, so they'll double up on damage. They were about at 68%, taken down to 37.7. No pills. 2-2 incoming. Retro with a spit. Probably going to want to go pretty quickly, but the Hunter seemed to have lost his spawn. Okay, he found it. Gets an Uzi right away. The spit successful. Smoker lands. Great textbook hit with a 2-2 coming out from Nolohc, an additional about 5%, but more importantly, so Ellis is going to be slow, and they are trying to hold on to the spitter, and Coach is trying to pick it through the fence and can't get it. They can actually hunt it down if they want to, but they're not gonna. So Tri-Cap with spit for the last hit, and they're already going to go down 20% so far. Depending on when this last hit could do, underdogs are going to be on top no matter what.
Definitely. You can see, I mean, Youmommaboom already let a free hit come through. Okay, another one is going to come out here before they get to the safe room doors. That is going to be a bit of a dud from Nolohc. Maybe trying to throw Youmommaboom off guard. Obviously, I would have liked the simplicity of hitting outside that safe room. You've got the pressure factor. Yes, the survivors can just rush you down, but not these survivors because they are limping it out. So I think the opportunity was definitely there to play around that a little bit more than they did. We'll just go ahead and toss that hit away. Honestly, I don't think Youmommaboom, considering the way the first few hits went, I don't think they can be too upset about the 676 scoreline at all whatsoever. They will be down, but not even 200 points after what was a very rocky start to their survivor side.
Yeah, definitely, no. I mean, if we go back to Youmommaboom's tank play, I mean, the tri-cap was absolutely fantastic, and the tank made the decision not to go for the person he punched into the corner of the telephone pole. He chose to back up to where the car was because he had a cap over there, 2 caps. And he tried to get the grind out and not able to get one death. So it makes you wonder what would have happened if he stayed on his target instead with the tri-cap. It could have been a wipe, but again, I say it every time when we do the cast here, Nal. It's easy to say that when you're sitting in the caster chair rather than in the POV of the tank when everything's going on.
Well, another thing is just risk assessment, right? You have to make these assessments right in the moment with very little time to spare, but at the same time, you have to recognize that getting the car kill is a huge investment of your resources, and you only get the payoff if you kill. If you don't, it doesn't matter how low he gets. If you don't kill, there's no payoff there. So I thought the double in cap was beautiful, but like you're saying, maybe a little bit better risk assessment. Then again, maybe it could be seen as a flip of the coin, because it did come down to the wire there. Felt like it could have gone either way. The risk was made. It came up short, and here we are with Youmommaboom, not quite 200 points away from Nolohc, but down against the underdogs from Peru, South American region at large. And we got a 3-1 here at Chapter 2. A lot of the times, teams are quite close at the end of this Chapter 1. This is no exception. We'll see if the underdogs can hold on to the lead. If so, by how much? 3-1 with the boom. No Hunter. Max separation. Jockey lands. Double boom. Arc boom over. Smoker with a double. And this is kind of a mirror hit from what YMB got hit with out of the gate. Beautiful, big, nasty hit. 14% of the bonus ripped out of the hands of Nolohc just like that. And it's a shaky start for the underdogs.
Yeah, it was a rough one. The jockey let it off, and that was the distraction for it all. They walk into the double charge with the boomer beautifully coming in between. And the stack order, I think, was great, too. Yes, it was. I mean, the charger, due to it landing, didn't die in the right order, but Tricap with Spit comes up again. There's still a couple of commons lingering about, and it's another rolling Tricap that comes in. They die on the Hunter. The Smoker is not cleared yet, and the damage doubles up almost. It is 30% from 2 hits. Averaging 15.5. A big rebound for Youmommaboom, and Nolohc needs to really straighten up their gameplay here, because they're about to walk into this tank with already 30% down. And look at them being aggressive here. No, are they going to commit this tank right away? And no, Nolohc chooses to back off wisely. Charger, miss. But no, that could have been, I think if they would have pushed there, that would have been very bad for them. And probably would have led to a wipe.
The damage is egregious here, MK. Something about the top teams is letting 2 hits like that through in a row is just something that top teams are not going to be doing that often. They have such consistent play, and even on Survivor side, even if with 200 plus ping, they're not going to let 2 massive hits like that through. Nolohc needs to get together on this tank. Early smoke pulled into the smack. Hunter with the E-Rock. He's not getting cleared, so he goes to Coach, gets a double for free. The stumble from Charge. He is going to continue to spread the love with a nice find to smoke. Just everybody getting absolutely obliterated. Mapper goes down as well, and he's allowed to continue just rolling through your punching. Finally, he goes down. But MK, I mean, the bonus has been obliterated. Nolohc has been obliterated. I don't see how they're going to make it to the stairwell, get up, and all that. This is a tough spot for them.
Yeah, this is pretty much all damage bonus now, and it's on everybody except for Wolves. It's the only one who's not, I believe. A little sliver on a higher you, but it's probably going to go away after this. Hunter pre-spawn, 2-2 coming in. Jockey rockets in, dies. Nice E coming out. Nolohc shuts that down beautifully. They sack into a quad by Rochelle walks through a spit for a tick, and they hold on to almost all of it. And pretty impressive shutdown there coming out from Nolohc, but they've already taken so much damage from 2 special infected hits and a tank.
But this is just the snowball effect. We've got players who are slow for Nolohc, bleeding out, and they're also shopping as well. I don't feel like they're in a position to really be shopping as aggressively as they are, and they are going to pay the ultimate price for that. Smoker not quite landing, but it will be so much damage. Down goes Maffer. Another player just about down. I mean, absolutely tons of damage, and this is just, I mean, it's just a question of how much additional distance Nolohc will be able to scrape together before they go down.
Yeah, I think at this point, no, I'm calling top of the stairs might be where they meet their demise, because it's not looking good. Maffer's lost color in his monitor. The Boomer Rockets in, gets nothing. Charger goes early, lands on the Lang. Jockey gets M2'd and killed off. They won't really get much on the Mapper either. I think he got M2'd once, but it looks like they're going to be able to make the stairs. I don't think Mapper is going to live to see the bottom of the elevator unless he jumps down and kills himself. So I think his time on this chapter is very limited, Nol. Very limited.
Definitely. And we're kind of at an area where the action is paused. They are not able to progress through. They have to sit here and wait. I hire you's on 1 HP. Boom comes out, lands on road. Normally it wouldn't matter that much, but in a situation like this, it is going to matter quite a lot. Nice clear. But regardless, down goes I hire you. I love the decision to immediately kill him once they deal with the hit. They don't really have time to try to optimize the down and the pickup. They just need to have that extra player, the extra body ready, because we are defending a black and white player. Again, Mapper, you can see he is on 4 HP, and they need him to continue raking in the distance. They shut down the jockey, beautifully done. Mapper avoiding the spit as well. At this point, he should be able to hobble his way onto the cart and get at least a little bit more distance.
Yeah, there is no way he walks out of that elevator, no way. If he does,
well,
I'll be so shocked. And I don't think there's any
and
more
he's
pills.
down!
Oh, they got him. Don't worry. I was pill shopping, and the next thing you know, he's dead. Did they just FF him? What happened?
I didn't see a common scratch. I'll say that much. It might have been, but I'm pretty sure they just shot him. We got Row going down intentionally, but MK, we got the quad here in the cornfields. Gotta hand it to Nolohc though. 487 distance, maybe even more.
Yep. Maybe they hit 500 out of this. I don't know if they'll let him get 500. It'll be tough for 3 survivors to get 500 as they're all hiding inside. Lang is a scratch. Lang is like... Oh, they down him in there? Are they gonna go? Oh, they can't do anything? They're gonna... Okay.
Wow.
That's actually a pretty smart play.
Yeah.
Not gonna work for I hire you, though.
Keep moving. Just head for the side.
In fact, the Hunter's gonna grab him right here. Yeah, nothing he can do. And this is probably gonna be a wipe null. Smoker lands. Hunter, Jockey, and Charger will wait a minute. Okay, Charger. Alright, I cleaned it up. And they do get 505. 101 more than 404. 1325.
We'll see. We will definitely see. I think this is going to conclude. This chapter is going to conclude with Youmommaboom having made back those almost 200 points that they're down, as well as maybe getting a nice lead for themselves. Maybe, a few hundred, maybe even more than that. We'll see. But, this 3-1 that they're about to walk into, I don't expect this to start off as poor momentum wise. And if you are taking the tank at 42% with high HP, nobody bleeding out, green bars, many smacks for you to go down, this should be an easy enough tank to deal with for Youmommaboom. But we'll have to wait and see. It is going to be Mapper, who is the tank. Got the hit coming out. It's just going to be Coach, kind of baiting. And he does draw on the hit. Double teaming him. Charger from the sidelines. Gets a double. What's with the multi-charges? Time and time again. Smoker getting some ticks as well. And it's still going to be like 10% once everything is said and done. Really nice hit. Initial hit from both sides, honestly.
Yeah, I do think the pings are coming into play more than I think we realize here, Null, because both sides seem to be taking constant damage. And the hits aren't connecting quite nicely when they're retreating, and they're capitalizing as well, so it's not just ping. Also good infected plays. We have a Hunter running above. Charger looks like he wants to spawn the trailer. It's attack. Oh my gosh, another multi. It's another rolling tri-cap in the spit. And oh my goodness, it's going to be 2 hits from both sides, almost tallying up to 30% each. Wow, what are we seeing here, Null? A lot of infected damage coming out.
Yeah, I mean, scratch what I said. They're going to get absolutely... And the spit was honestly not very favorable for the SI side. I mean, it could have been really, really horrific for Youmommaboom. And look at the tank difference here. Mapper not going to allow them to push forward. All 3 SIs are up, of course. And Youmommaboom is going to opt to just keep it back at the other end of the alleyway. And I got to ask him, okay, how do we feel about this setup?
I'm trying. It's. I don't like it. I don't want this. I mean, I like the smoker and the charger, but not so much the boomer. But again, though, no, this is a high ping game, so I take it back.
Yeah.
This might be the right play. Landing a boom in here could be much more devastating on a high ping survivors. Ooh, they both pop pills though. Tank is in. Take it away now.
All right, he's rolling it in. Smoke pool off to the side. It is going to work into the corner, and the smoker's not dead. Boom on one. Charge wrapping around and coming through. He will get Nick into the corner while he's looking the other way. We got Max onto the boom target. Down goes Ro. This is looking like a wipe. Simple as you like it. Mapper 655 HP left. And down goes Youmommaboom. Not only does the exact opposite happen, but Nolohc makes it look very simple and painless. Down goes Youmommaboom, another 300 points, as they just completely fail to meet expectations from me. Survivor side, struggling. Yes, ping is a factor, but we're looking at 190 to 210 ping. It's definitely not the highest that you'll ever see. It's very high. It's very difficult to work with. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, multi-charge after this and that. It's really rough Survivor play so far.
Everybody got a gas
Yeah,
can?
and one thing to note
I
about
do
the
not
high ping
wanna
again,
make
let's,
this
just so everybody is aware of. I know some people think that do know that there is high ping games that do reach higher than this. But this is a neutral tournament, so everybody's forced to equalize ping. And
Yeah.
I do believe this is South America against China, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So they're playing on a European server instead of LA due to there's no ping balance on the LA servers. So instead of them being around 130, 150, they're going to be around 170 to 200 instead. So that's what we're seeing due to that circumstance. From what I was trying to get this match set up before it started and all. So unfortunately, we don't have any LA with ping balance, so that's why we're seeing slightly here. Just for this round at the moment. That may change in the future.
Yeah, LA was usually the go-to. Germany is definitely a replacement. We do see higher ping, maybe like from a random like Thai team, or just like a sorted Southeast Asia team, maybe Oceanic team. But yes, don't get me wrong, South America versus China, that is gonna be one of the worst ping wise, and they are definitely feeling the effects of that. Even Peruvian players who are used to playing on 100 ping, every time they connect to a server, at minimum. In general, usually there are some South American servers, but they are in tournament against Chinese players going to be experiencing about double that. And I don't feel like it's a clean 1-to-1 MK as far as like ping goes up one, 1-to-1 trade. I feel like once you start getting past a certain threshold, we have even more effects from the lag. Like stuff like a little bit of lag itself. Not just delay from your shots. So it once it starts really getting up there, it is definitely a challenge.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As one who played on fake ping as well, also I used to play home and away games. I was part of that and got to endure what it's like to play on 350 ping. Yeah. And it's not a pleasurable time at all, but it's not impossible by any means. So I can understand why some are frustrated with it, but you can still react play. But for now, this is what they're going to have to deal with. About 200 ping and a boomer charger smoker hunter for the sugarcane field. And Nolohc right now has a chance to, if they can make the safe room here and all, they might almost lock this game up if they could just walk in. But charger rockets in, hunter rockets in, smoker lands, charger one punch, and another charge landing. Boomer sends Mapper sliding all the way through the map. And that is a quad boom actually. And they're not going to be able to run through the sugarcane field without spawns again. And a great start here from Youmommaboom.
This is huge. Ping has been at the forefront, and that's, obviously there's many other factors at play. But when the quad boom lands on this 200 ping, you basically just got that hit for free. We got the smoker actually does get picked, which is kind of awkward for YMB, but they send the hit nonetheless. Hunt charge. No, Hunt jock. It will get some jock and some spit. A little bit of a lackluster follow-up hit. We do have the random charger. He actually is going to drop in and go for something.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, even Ma Bao was like, what was that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know what he was going for, but the execution on that was, how would you like to say, something to be desired.
We've got the potential Hunter or the Charger instant kill as well here with the high pings. I don't know. Do you feel like you would go for something like the instant kill on high ping, or is it still like maybe you don't want to risk it?
I just wanted to go for the quad, and that's what he sacrificed there more than anything. Not only that, actually maybe not here, no. I think maybe I'd rather have Spitter, because they could guard the stairs and not let the survivors run down when they spawn this tank. And never mind, they're just going to sack the Spitter, so I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. Apparently the strats that we are used to is not the same in China whatsoever, or the Asia community, and now they can just push this. They'll take the second floor. They can't push out in the open, or are they? Oh my goodness, this is so risky if they're going to push out in the open. There are a lot of commons down there, and that's the danger of doing so, and they don't. They hold the ground. And it looks like they're going to send this tank, and by the way, it's third tank of the game for Youmommaboom, into the hands of those cool characters I can't pronounce. But, well, you know what? No, why don't you take this tank away for Youmommaboom as soon as they're ready?
It is going to be Rose piloting the tank, and Nolohc is stuck in here. They're going to take the tank in here, but Rose is already down to 4,200. The hit's finally going to come in. Rochelle is separated. The jockey will land as well. But finally, I mean, he gets a smack, but Ro is, like, doing all right here, everything considered. She is going to go ahead and get down. She's not going to pop the pills because, I mean, the team should be able to clear this off. But look at this, the smoke into some smacks. They're going to get two? Yes, they will. And it's not done yet. There's only two guns. Oh, my goodness. Rose will go down, but we're not quite done yet. Two cappers ready to spawn. They will both land. One. Okay, pistols are good. Boom comes out for 3. Smoker eventually gets cleared. But MK, it is so much damage.
Look at their ammo. They're almost all out of ammo. The ones that are standing. Maffer has no bullets whatsoever. He has like 60 left in the tank. They managed to get everybody up. They're going to eat all the pills here to be fast. So we'll do a quick damage evaluation after Maffer pops. Down to 30%, so that tank took over more than 50% off of Nolohc. Great tank from Youmommaboom. It looked like Nolohc wanted to push, and it still didn't work out for them trying to be aggressive. You know what? A great caster once said, it looks like all 4 survivors were fishing for Chip. That's what I gotta say.
It's hilarious. Alright, we got the Charger, we got the Jockey, we got the Hunter. Hunter will land out of the 3. A Boom on the back for 1. And that is going to be that. The surprising thing is, this isn't, I mean, considering how unfortunate everything has played out for Nolohc during that tank, they do still have 30% of the bonus. It's a pretty respectable number. They're already up about 500 after 2 rounds, so they can afford to drop the ball a bit on this round. So Nick does lead the way, but he's able to self-clear, and that gives them a lot of breathing room as they approach what's going to be the final hit of the game. The chapter. Yeah,
I don't know if they get Boomer. That smoker sack was a real big
Very
display.
awkward.
Yeah. If they get a Hunter, it'll work out pretty well. And they do. Okay, so it's not bad. Not bad to go in there. I think they all could have went there, and they still would have had spawns ready by now. But either way, we'll see what happens with the last choke point. They pass pills to the green survivor for some reason. Hunter's going to pre-spawn in one of the rooms. Spitter is ready to go, too. Hunter lands. Yeah. Here goes the spit. They're going to stumble her. They'll do so.
Yep.
Rochelle swimming in it. Nowhere really to go. The damage bonus suffers a lot. Spitter gets picked. Jockey comes in, gets M2'd and killed off. And that is going to be Nolohc making Chapter 3 with 300 bonus, 296 to be exact. But, wow, very impressive from the underdog. And now let's see exactly what Youmommaboom is going to need to even this up now. Let's see. 500 distance will put him at 1368 or 67. So 800 bonus is what they're going to need to about tie this up.
I'm still trying to piece together how that hit wasn't worth more. They ended up getting dropped to 299. I was looking at the bonus after the smoker went in and died, and it was 322. We had a set of pills get picked up worth 25. But then the hit comes in, and we have the hunt, we have the spit, we have a great spit spread, we have the charge stumbling the player in the spit. It's on the bleeding out player, and the damage is just lackluster. It's like 50 points of damage. Yeah, it's good, it's something, but definitely a little bit less than Youmommaboom was hoping for. They're still going to be allowed to walk in. Nolohc will be allowed to walk in with 800 points. And we go to Youmommaboom's survivor side. Interesting setup here from Nolohc, as we've got a hunter inside the safe room. Might be some shenanigans on the horizon, just like Youmommaboom hit Nolohc with on their SI side.
Actually, no, there's a spawn inside right on the other side of the safe room door on the outside. The hunter just needs to go on the other side. Okay, they opened it up. Are they going to take advantage of it? No, this is your hit. You called it. Hunter from the safe room land, and it's a double charge in the front, and the smoker covers all the boom survivors. All the non-boom survivors are capped. The hunter is ripping away. The bonus is going down to 30%, 51% now with the in-cap. And Nolohc is looking to get this upset, as one hit out of the safe room is going to do 35% bonus, and they get a hit in the sugarcane field. No, you called it. The hunter was looking for it, and they got it.
Never seen such SI-driven play. I mean, these teams are both all-out aggression with zero defense. Absolutely zero defense. I mean, both sides, the hits are just melting the survivors like butter. The thing is, Nolohc is getting slightly less melted like butter. The smoke pool from Ro, charge lineup as well. Jockey trying to win the 1v1 up front. And that's going to be the only success for YMB, but it's not even a success yet. Finally, the Jockey will drop. And after 2 hits, they are below 50% of the bonus. Pretty much the most devastating start to Chapter 3 of Hard Rain that I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's something, I'll tell you. That's something.
Besides just an outright quad in the fields. I mean, that's about the only way you're going to outdo this.
You know, no, usually teams get to this elevator on Chapter 2 with this much bonus. Not coming up on Chapter 3, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
right.
The Charger, he gets the triple, and he gets the punch. That actually did a lot of damage. That was 6% right there with that Charger going in there. They haven't even gotten to the tank, and they're already down to 40% bonus. They've actually almost lost the round, and the tank hasn't even been up yet.
Okay.
Nolohc, a little surprised now. I'm very shocked.
They are playing out of their minds. Something I do want to bring attention to is we highlighted the difference in meta here between the two teams. Okay, I say that, and then they kind of mirror each other's meta there. Both of them just going for the random spit shot.
Reloading.
Spit left to die. Spit, of course, was in the hands of the tank, Waltz. Smoker, Jockey, Hunter. The question is, MK, will YMB get caught up in here? Will they be able to exit?
Yeah, I think.
Well,
I don't think they can push the issue.
Oh.
They got to stay. They got to stay in here. So Wolves is going to get the tank. He's already going in. They've done a good job fishing for chips so far, but now they're going to back up. They're 3-1, and it's working out in the. Okay, the tank goes to the. This is interesting. He's not going to be able to cut them off. The smoker poles does not get cleared, and that's an easy tank corner. So it looked great for Youmommaboom. Now it's going to be terrible because they got an in-cap on the bottom, and now the tank could just play goalie. No real reason for any more aggression from this tank, and this looks like this is going to be drawn out for some time.
Smoker isn't always the standout SI, but there's some areas where the Smoker can just wreak havoc. No matter the context, You know, if you're at this staircase area, the smoker, it just has so much ability to ruin your day. Wolves is going to recommit with a mob out down, cuts him off. Oh my god, the boom stumble though. Waltz is still going to be able to catch off Row into the corner. 500, 300, down he goes. Smoker is good, Jockey is good, hunting down the boom target. Waltz will go down. And Youmommaboom, they're not quite out of it yet. I think they've already lost the chapter, but we'll see on the pickups.
Oh yeah, they definitely lost this chapter, and they're gonna probably, they might even lose Mao Bao. They got a lot of commons on them on a high ping game with a charge and a spit and a hunter coming in here. They're doing a good job on blocking the spawns, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to spit delay this. Hunter comes in, gets the stumble. The charger does not get in there. Boomer stumbles another survivor. Charger now in. So it looks like it's going to be okay for Mao Bao, but it's not going to be okay for Youmommaboom's damage bonus because it is non-existent now. It is gone. And their ammo's gone too on their one Uzi player. Is one bullet.
Ammo woes for both sides. It's going to be a lot worse for YMB though, since they're so slow. Every little millisecond spent doing something other than progressing through the chapter is going to come back to bite them. It comes in 3-1 with the spit, snap of the neck onto Rochelle. Jockey will land very briefly. A little bit of spit, and that'll be that.
Bye, Ro. See you next chapter.
Bye, Ro. Yeah, we'll see you next chapter.
3 survivors left crawling. They do pass the 1,000 point threshold, but unfortunately for them, the 2 chapters after that are left in hard rain now are only worth 400 distance each, so the thought of a comeback is diminishing by the step as the hunter has a survivor in the back, but he can't get. Oh, what a jump ski by Coach! And then he just pushes the boomer out of the way and exits. That was a sick ski by Mao Bao.
Yeah.
That was nice. Well done to keep his team from having to go back and get the pickup. There are pills inside there, which I'm pretty sure Coach is going to eat. They pass them to Mao Bao. Mao Bao, you deserve them for that skeet, so
yep,
take it. Very entertaining, and they might actually make it with this 49 bonus and all. They only one hit away.
See. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and send it here. Survivors are slow, so they can afford to do this. Double boom. Or rather, double cap. Onto Youmommaboom. The jockey desperately trying. He eventually wins. You know, that should be an inspiration to us all. The jockey hopelessly failing time and time again for so long in his lifespan, but you only have to win one time. And he kind of represented that for us all as he finally catches Mao Bao. And it is another chapter loss for our, what should be one of our top Chinese teams, Youmommaboom. The Chinese squads, like we said, they've kind of been reforming their rosters, and it has not been a good day for China. We'll see if they can thrive in the chaos, but they are down not quite 1,000. And you know, MK, you talked about that this chapter is not worth a ton, but there is a lot of chaos. Despite the points, there is a ton of chaos. But unfortunately for Youmommaboom, they're not going to get a super early tank to try to help out a little bit more. But still, we can definitely see a tank wipe here nonetheless.
Yeah, you're still going to see the survivors get an additional about 130 from this. So let's give them the points to the tank. So they'll have 1360. So that would mean the survivor team needs to make the safe room with no damage to force Chapter 5 to be down about less than 100. So, in theory, if they can get a wipe here and make safe room with about only suffering 1 in-cap to the tank, they can go into the finale down about 350. That's the best case scenario for Youmommaboom right now. There is no way to take the lead on this chapter. Nice jockey cover. Oh, what a charger coming. I think that charger got robbed a little bit there. No, it looked like it should have been a multi-charge through the door there, but 10% from the gate still can't be quaffed at. Nice start there coming out from Youmommaboom. Question is it too little too late? We'll see.
Bro, that should have been a multi-charge in the safe room with the jockey already on the head of the isolated survivor. If the guy who didn't get double charged comes out, we got the smoker ready to cover. that was just daylight robbery onto Youmommaboom. We do have the follow-up here. Jockey Hunter Charger with the spit. Another high damage output potential, but not the most ideal of spots. Nolohc is going to climb up, but the spawns can't really be blocked using the chimney, preventing an easy rocket spawn. And this hit will go much better for Nolohc. And the thing is, MK, I might have spoken too soon because with no SIs up, Nolohc may try some shenanigans. Gogo has been called. They might try to go under the house on stilts. But, okay, it looks like they're definitely holding forward, MK.
Yeah, this is interesting. It looks like one of them wanted to go even more forward, but they're just going to stay here on this house, which is, if I'm the infected, I would be happy if they stayed here rather than go all the way back. That's just me. I would rather take it here. Because you can actually get this car in a decent spot where your commit path can be pretty good to get a corner. And now this survivor should just push, but due to the boom, they're not. So this is going to give the tank a little bit of an advantage. But the car's not really...
1K.
Yeah, he's just going in. He's going to get an early corner, which is good. Hunter lands way too early. I think they want to decommit this tank. The jockey needs to go now with the smoker. And 2,000 health. Can he get in there? Jockey latches. He takes that corner. All right, he gets another punch. And another punch. This is great value coming out. Oh, Malbao punching everybody. And he's able to get out with about 500 health.
I'm so surprised the decommit came to fruition. The smoker was very close to winning his 1v1. If that could have happened, I mean, this could be done already. But Malbao chilling here. Unfortunately, SI support not really following up as he would have hoped. Charger, not really. Boom, Hunt is ready to go, but Boom not able to capitalize on the pickup. Boom dies off. They really would have liked for that to land, get some chaos going, because right now it looks like Malbao is dead in the water, or at least dead above the water on the roof.
Oh, Malbao, if that rock was a little lower, that was guaranteed. And now he has to die off. And the last hit coming up is just going to be a 2-2. And it looks like Nolohc is going to solidify their W unless they really fall apart against this 2-2. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a good 2-2 either. It's going to be a poo-2, nah.
Ooh, stinky, stinky finisher for YMB. Smoke attempt on the alarm car, but they've got the instant clear. Cut doesn't work out, but who cares? Cut attempt, another attempt. They'll go ahead and pop it, and they'll also lock it and drop it as they walk into that safe room MK.
Nolohc putting up a
Nolohc.
4-chapter campaign of 28-85 against one of China's top teams in this cup. Youmommaboom only has 1237. And if you want to see this go a little bit further and all, like if you really want to see this go to the next chapter, they need to put up the perfect 1280. And if they do that, they're still going to be down a couple hundred points. I don't know
the way you worded that.
I don't know if one in cap might be too much.
Yeah, I mean, there is a silver lining for Youmommaboom in the fact that outside of the tank fight, this is quite a good chapter for survivors. And with this tank percentage, we do see some potential for outplay on this tank. Whereas, you know, if they just run it back here, it's just so possible for the tank to just get a random car on at least one of the survivors, and there goes all hope. So hopefully Youmommaboom's got something creative and interesting in plan for us. If they do go for this back area, it can still work, but it's, like you said, absolutely paramount that they dodge the cars, that they don't take an in cap. Ideally, just be a straight up no-hitter. Maybe a no-hitter for the entire chapter could be good for Youmommaboom. Just 100% they walk in with. Charger attempted, no good. And this is a start to something good for Youmommaboom. Big boom. Speaking of booms, it will just be one. And, I mean, even with everything looking pretty damn bad for Nolohc, they still managed to scrape together like 3.5%. And it turns into a pretty respectable hit, given the situation that Nolohc is in. Such a favorable position.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They're in really favorable position, and Nolohc, in my opinion, just need to do like 150 more damage, And then it's almost
The
over.
minimum.
And it's almost
Yeah.
over because even if they make it with all that, they're still going to be down 500 points going into the finale and we're worth 500 or 400 distance. Beautiful skeet coming out there. Youmommaboom is playing lights out right now, but they're a couple of chapters too late to the show. The question is, what can they finish here to try to force a chapter 5? This tank is going to show us everything and what could be the final tank of this tournament match into the hands of Lang. And Youmommaboom needs to retreat back to the safe room. Oh, this is not good. No slams, though. That's a big clear and all. That slam goes out. That would have been devastating. It only got about 13 points of damage with that charge, but still.
Okay. Youmommaboom. Look at the way that they're set up here. They want some chip. I do wonder if this is just going to be kind of an initial spot where they eventually pivot from here. But I'm not sure. Looking pretty cozy right now. Boom finds nothing. Our rock is out.
I wonder if they want to see if he makes a mistake. I mean, they got to play some wild aggressiveness right here, the survivors.
Right.
Because they can't suffer anything. That hunter lingering down there is very dangerous and all. That tank's pretty close to being able to intercept. Oh my goodness! He splits him! Oh, this is dangerous for the survivors now. He misses his punch though, and there's his corner and all. That's going to be enough. That's all they needed. And he got the car. Oh, he misses! This is huge! The Charger though could intercept. No, he can't. And they're going to be able to regroup, or are they? Coach is separated. Oh no, the survivor finds it. And that should be enough. And they might be able to kill. They're going to kill him. They're not going to get the death on this survivor. Yeah, he should die right here. Yes, he does. Not enough. But the question is now, are they going to have enough bonus to push finale? Because it looks like they are really trying to do so. Let's see the point evaluation. 75%. I think that's too much damage now. I think it's too much.
Like, I mean, what? Rose has... Ellis there has some of the fanciest speed. And then he just is like, la-di-da, like, oh, I just had some insane dodges. All right, time to just, hang out while the car is leisurely approaching my head. I hate it, but, I hate it for Youmommaboom because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Love an underdog, but this has been a pretty consistent knockdown. I mean, Youmommaboom basically needed to turn on a dime here and go from eating every single hit for 10 to 20% to taking every hit for 0%. So we'll see if they can finish the job here, locking an additional 1,000. That I've got to say, I mean, it will be very unlikely, but they could still try finale if they can lock all of this in. But we do have the 3-1 with the Spit MK.
Yeah, big damage attempts coming in here. The Charger comes in. Oh, and he gets the double charge. The jockey lands too. Oh, this is going to be huge. Nice shutdown on the Hunter. It went from 670 down to 530. So that's 130 points about lost. And they're still going to get one more hit. So, looks like they're going to walk into the safe room with 1,600 points plus an additional 520.
Ammo.
We'll see what happens when they go in, but I think it's going to be GG now. I think they just go GG.
Possible.
Charger? Joker. Whoops. Charger not even close, but he gets a fist. They're actually getting a lot of damage here. And they go from 500 something down to 457. Let's see what the point evaluation is. Close the door. And it's going to be 2885 to 2089. That should be GG for sure. But they're not going to call it. They're going to try to push it. And we go map 5 now.
Okay. Away we go.
I would have called the GG now. I think 800's too much because you only got 400 distance. So you got 1280 possible to walk into the safe room with. And boy, I mean, they can do it, but they need to get a wipe with the early tank and make safe room very healthy.
I think that, I mean, this is kind of counterintuitive to say, but for me personally, I think that like especially early Swiss is a great time to force the finale because when you're scrimming, a lot of times like teams don't really care about doing finale. They don't really want to do finale. So even if the chances are pretty unlikely, I definitely can't blame you, Mama Boom, for wanting to go finale. I would want to get the practice in. Because there's just, I mean, Cedar Pug, Left for Dead, 2 Center, you're not really playing the finale. Pugs, you're not really playing the finale, so it does give an opportunity for a little bit of a finale grind here, and it does give the pipe dream of actually winning, which is a possibility. Hunt Spit comes out, and it is going to be good onto Coach.
Reloading.
5%er.
Yeah, even Despot, not bad. And since this is a short finale, though, remember, they're only going to get, I believe, it's 166 points before Tank. So that means if they could wipe on Tank, I believe the number that Youmommaboom's going to need is 620 bonus. We'll see.
Okay.
That can be done, but it's all going to come down to Youmommaboom's Tank. They have to wipe or it's GG. And I bet you if they don't wipe, they might even just call GG and leave. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like you're saying, they need a lot of bonus, but this is also a finale where it's possible for the tank to over-focus on things like the car. So if they do misplay, and if they don't just go for some easy smacks to get that bonus down, it could open the doorway for Youmommaboom. But right now, Nolohc continuing to play solid. First hit, not amazing, but now that they're set up here and they're just chilling outside the burger tank, we are most likely going to see these hits go without too much incident for Nolohc straight into the tank. And I've got to say, if you are hoping, if you're a Youmommaboom fan and you see anybody operating that tank, you are definitely going to be excited that it is Mabao out of the four. It's such a flexible player and so powerful as well. We'll see what he can do with this tank as the hit comes in. Charger hopping around. But look at this. Look at the car. Okay. We are going to be able to chill.
That was kind of close to that one survivor too, no. I mean, I know he didn't have the right angle, but I mean it was pretty close.
Yeah.
But this tank from Mabao needs everything. They only got 144 now, so right now, if we wanted to see, there's about 30 point difference, 40 point difference. So 740 is the magic number if they get the wipe.
Okay.
First, they got to do so. Mabao hits his car alarm. Hunter is pouncing around in the back. No one's paying attention to it. That car does not go into favor of Mabao. Costs him a couple more 100 HP. That one's popped over pretty well. Let's see if the hittable focus comes into play like you said it. Oh, that's a good car. It unfortunately doesn't get anybody. Oh my goodness. And he's focusing it too hard. He's already down to 2,500. The Charger lands.
The Charger, man.
Nice punch.
Oh.
Nice car hit. But it's not going to be enough. Not even enough for a death.
I'm reloading.
And that should solidify Nolohc's victory. They should be able to get the win now. Make it mathematically impossible. Just a little bit more time. But no, Mabao tried. And I think he did exactly what you said. A little bit too much hittable focus. Down to 3K before he even commits.
Yeah, the thing is, Youmommaboom's tank game plan and Nolohc's tank game plan are going to be completely different. Youmommaboom, they were on the flip side of things. They had to go for the hittables, as a charge spit does manage to land. But again, without the wipe, they're going to continue getting distance. They're going to continue racking up the points. But I feel like, I do really enjoy seeing just like, proper decision making, but at the same time, part of proper decision making is recognizing your outs and recognizing that a tank wipe was the absolute minimum for your team to end up winning this match. So Mabao says, how do I get a tank wipe? and he decided that the best possible way for him to do that was with some Hail Mary cars. I cannot blame him at all. You know, you get a lucky hit up top on one of those up top Burger Tank players, and suddenly 3 survivors alive. Maybe you get a double cap, and it can be over just like that. So I don't blame Mabao, but today it doesn't work out despite his best attempts at getting a car in.
As the end is coming, 3360 is the best that Youmommaboom can do. They have a perfect chapter, and I mean not a perfect chapter, a full combo chapter with no damage. And that is just something you won't see. So here comes the quad try to see if they can put a little fashion against Nolohc. Make a little clip for the ending. Survivor's already in, Charger's walking his way in, and dead. It's a rolling 2 cap. The hunter didn't even spawn in time. Eventually it's a double cap. And that is going to be Nolohc making every save from, if I remember correctly, Nol. They didn't die once.
Yep.
I believe they lost a survivor one time, but I don't think they got wiped, if I remember correctly.
They got beaten to a pulp every chapter, but they did a better job at beating Youmommaboom to a pulp. I feel like chapter 2, I don't remember if they quite made it in, but the thing was they did such an effective job at just tearing apart Youmommaboom's survivors that they just didn't need that high of the points. Again, we see 3,777 points, not bad, but you've got to factor in that is with the finale, etc. So overall, just pretty low point game, but you gotta, I mean, yes, I felt like their survivor play had a little bit to be desired, but something we talked about a lot was pings. That's, of course, going to make it more SI favored. And also, Nolohc really impressed me. They played really well against a team with some big names on it from the Chinese region.
All right, final half of this tournament match. You said it perfectly before I could even say anything, but Nolohc upsets China.
Yep.
Youmommaboom is going to fall to 0-1. Nolohc will stay 1-0. 4 more weeks to go yet, so Youmommaboom still has plenty of time to bounce back, make it in the playoff bracket. Charger spawns. Hunter comes in. Hunter takes the charge target. Nice jockey getting in the intercept, though. And about the same damage comes out from the other side, 5% even. A little bit more goes on to Youmommaboom, but they should just shoot this car alarm. And they choose not to. There we go. Okay, Mabao says we're not falling for that. And here we go. A couple hits before tank now.
We're going to be chilling out for the time being. We had a 3-1 with the boom, no charge, so pretty relaxing hit here to deal with. Hunter will be able to land, Jockey not able to follow up with this. Actually, they will get a double cap there, very brief. Damage is good though, around 90%. And, you know, if Youmommaboom had gotten the wipe with the tank, they would already be about to dip below the required point threshold after, I think, 2 hits. So even if the wipe happened, Nolohc is still bringing it home quite handedly.
And actually, speaking of that, let's wait for this. We actually have another. Oh, what a charger! Oh, a 2 cap comes in, but the charger gets cleared. Spit, beautiful mortar spit, but a little late.
Wow.
And I forgot we have another match that's about to kick off.
Yes, we do.
Right now, so I don't know what your plans are, but I think I'm gonna go over there when this is over.
Sounds good to me. I think we're still waiting, so.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a message from Driss right here, so I'm gonna go into the spec of this tank and let you take it for just a second.
Absolutely.
Question.
All right, we do have Walls, who is one of the core members of this Nolohc roster, alongside Lang. They are the 2 players you pretty much always see on for this roster. Walls always making some big money moves. Youmommaboom doing a great job at pressuring him though and keeping him very honest, as he just, I mean, he's just trying to stay up on frustration, but they're doing such a good job at making him pay. I mean, he's so far away, he's up and down the ladder at Jimbo's, but the SMG chip is actually ridiculous as Walls goes down to 4284 HP. And Youmommaboom is doing, just kind of flexing their knowledge and having an effective round so far. But it's not done yet. Tank finally closes the gap, 2,500 HP. Hunter is good. Charger climbing up with the E-Rock into the jump smack. No, he's just gonna, oh, he's gonna miss altogether onto Coach. Drops down, and now Wolf's kind of in an awkward situation until he finds Phoebe, who's gonna be able to hit right into the corner and finish off before he goes down. They do manage to get the nice in-cap there onto Phoebe. His full name being British Police. Enter Phoebe Elementary School. That is a full name. Chinese usernames continue to elude me. I cannot possibly understand what the intentions are behind that name, but it definitely is a fun name to say all the same.
Yeah, and it looks like right now that Youmommaboom could win the first chapter of this match, and being the finale, because they're up about 13% with a rescue vehicle just in sight. They, of course, have a horde or two to take before that happens, though, but still. Just saying, they do have the ability to win this chapter. The question is by how much?
Hey, that would certainly change things, because Nolohc actually won every single chapter. It's really impressive. And it wasn't by a large amount, MK. It was just like incremental advantages of a couple hundred points chapter after chapter. Right now, they are, Youmommaboom is only up by 50. So if Nolohc wants to finish it off in style and say all 5 chapters went their way, they're still within the ability to do so. They've got to make this 2-2 work with the Hunter Charger. They're going to immediately send it. Hunter hops through. Not going to get the Hunt spit. Still going to try to get the Charge spit. But Charge gets nothing more than a stumble. They really want to send it quick. Maybe get a quad ready to go before the boat arrives. Looks like the plan for Nolohc.
Yeah, I do believe they'll have spawns up, but I don't know how advantageous the spawn areas will be. As here comes the boat. Virgil is here to pick them up and take them to safety. As the last hit comes in, they will get it. Can they land the quad? Nolohc to end it with fashion. The Charger needs to get a spawn. And here it comes. Hunter pouncing around. Not a chance. Oh, the Hunter lands. Oh, the rolling tri-cap. Oh, it was actually close.
They're going to win the round off that.
Yeah, they're going to win all the rounds. GG well playeds come out. And that is going to be Nolohc getting the victory over Youmommaboom by upset with a score of 3,777 to 2,897. GG now.